Decentralized Pictures Talent Cast. I'm your host, Matt, and today we are talking about the Filmmaker Assistance Grant number 3. This award has been wildly popular on the platform, and this is the third award with the winning filmmaker in studio today receiving $1,500 to use for essentially whatever. So I think that's really cool aspect of the award. You know, you essentially provide a pitch deck and a little bit of material about yourself, and that's it. And then the community, people that are registered on the platform at Decentralized Pictures, select the winner. So, and that winner being Nathalie Rangel, who's in studio today, the creator of the project. Make sure I get this right. Case 302. So Nathalie, so great to have you here, and congratulations on winning the Filmmaker Assistance Grant number 3.
Thank you, Matt. I'm so happy to be here and so happy to be part now of the DCP community. It's great to be here and to win this award, of course.
Yes, great.
Yeah.
Well, I always start off with this question, and I think that one day this question will be irrelevant because Decentralized Pictures is still being discovered by independent filmmakers, and we'll reach a point at some day, which hopefully is not too far into the future, where Decentralized Pictures is just a household name, especially in the independent filmmaker community. So I'm curious, every guest, how did you initially come across Decentralized Pictures, and more specifically, what made you to decide to submit to the Filmmaker Assistance Grant number 3?
Well, I knew about Decentralized Pictures because of some amazing and talented colleagues of mine from Colombia. I'm from Colombia. I live in Bogota. I met them here in Bogota, and I had the great opportunity to work with them. I have been working with them. So they were like, hey, this platform exists. Do you have any projects? Do you want to check it out? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And it was amazing because this platform actually came with the script of case 302, and I was like, okay, let's see how I can apply. And I started looking at like all the categories that they had and where you could apply, and like I was like, okay, so I chose the assistance grant, but it was amazing. And I think that nowadays with technology and all these new platforms that are coming up, it's for us as artists, it's amazing to discover these platforms. And so I'm really thankful with my colleagues, and I won as well. I applied, so it's amazing and it's great, and I think it's a beautiful opportunity, and it's really important for people to know these platforms and for them to exist, because like you said, it's like you can use the money in whatever you want to, but like for us as artists, of course, it's like we want to make these projects happen. And for me as a Colombian and knowing the history here, it's like, you have to apply in many, platforms that exist or to see how you can bring your project to life. So it was amazing, and thanks to these colleagues, and I'm really happy that I met this platform and this community, because I think that's the beautiful thing as well of these platforms. Not only that you win, which is good, that's
Sure.
the idea, but also that start getting context from people all around the world. And I think that's what I think DCP expects from this platform, and it's for all of us as artists to reunite and gather together and keep making films.
I love it. What an intro. Great stuff, Nathalie. And you're right. There's so much momentum happening in Colombia, specifically Bogota. I mean, we've featured and we've had other award winners right there from your community. So obviously amazing things happening, which we'll talk a little bit more about that in the interview. I would be remiss to not talk about some of your credentials. You have a degree in performing arts. You're a writer, producer, director, and you've been featured in short films, feature films, commercials, plays, and you've been in the industry for some time now. So tell us a little bit more about that background.
Well, yeah, I've been in the industry for around 15 years. It's been, I studied in college in Cali. I'm from Cali, Colombia, which is a beautiful city from Colombia. And I fell in love with performing arts. And I think one of the things that I have to be grateful from college is that they Because, you know, you're always, or in my case, it's like, I really wish to be an actress and I want to be in Hollywood and I want
Sure.
to be, you know, the red carpet, which is
Yeah.
amazing and which
Yeah.
is cool. But as well, what I have to be grateful from college is that they were like, okay, that's great. But, you know, as an artist, there are many routes where you can move. You know, you can write,
Hmm.
you can direct, you can be a costume designer. So it was like the intro of all this exploration of the artistic world. And so I've always been kind of like, you know, interested in knowing those different roots from the artistic world. And of course, it starts coming up through the years. I started by acting, and then I studied musical theater in New York. But then it was like this need of and this urge of doing more stuff. And I think also the industry in Colombia, we've been, I think, really well known because we're kind of like we try to do everything. You know, it's like I can't act, but I want to do script or I want to do this because we want to be inside the circle. And it's also amazing. It's also amazing because, you know, in every route that you take, you just keep learning, and this never stops. You never stop from learning, and every route is a whole universe. You know, writing is a whole new universe. Directing, it has its science, and I think while I've been through certain routes,
Hmm.
I've also learned how to respect my colleagues and you know the things that they do. You know, like the director, like the DP. It's like I don't know anything about being a photo director. It's like, you
Hmm.
know, it has its science and it has its magic, and so you start trying to respect those areas, and most importantly, how important it is to have a to work as a team. You know, you can't do these projects on your own. And I think that's the beautiful thing of arts as well. The idea comes to life with a team. And so that's why I've also loved like kind of to explore different worlds. And also there are some worlds from the artistic, from the arts that it's like, I can't do this. Like art, I'm not good at it. Or I can, yeah, you start also finding, okay, where am I good at and
Right,
where I can
right.
call
Where can
my
you excel?
colleagues and work. Yeah, and they can do their best job. So, yeah.
No kidding, no kidding. Yeah, beautifully stated. I mean, I think that there's certain roles that get a lot of acclaim. Obviously the director. You think of any successful movie. Okay, who is the director? But that
Hmm.
director wouldn't be successful without that really, really talented team
Exactly.
around that
Yeah.
person. So yeah, definitely
Yeah.
takes a village to make a great film. All right,
Yeah.
so great. Let's move on to the project. We had, I believe it was 28 submissions, so healthy competition for this filmmaker assistance grant number 3. And your project case 302, and I think this is great. It was fierce competition. I believe your project won by about 1% from the second place entry. So that's just a testament to the quality of projects that are coming into Decentralized Pictures. So I always use this as an opportunity for the other filmmakers. Please continue to submit. There's more opportunities. There's going to be more awards. So keep those submissions coming. So we want to have that competition and lean on the community to decide who the winners should be for each one of these financing rounds. So Natalie, tell us a little bit about your project. So it is called
Well,
Case
yeah.
302.
Yeah, well, Case 302 was born while I was reading a book that's called Things We Lost in the Fire. That's from Mariana Enriquez. She's an Argentinian writer. And this book is of 12 stories framed in the horror genre. And she talks about social themes like depression, poverty, politics, and all that kind of stuff. And she centers a lot in female. You know, she's like in the book is about the risk status in which women live in Latin America. So I started reading this book, and you know, I always think that life is about questions as well. And as an artist, it's always interesting to, while you read, while you watch films, you know, to make yourself questions and to see how can I tell the stories in a different way. And while I was reading at these 12 stories, it was like, first of all, like, okay, it's clear that these stories are based in Argentina. So what would happen if they're based in Colombia? What's going on in Colombia? What's going on with women in Colombia, with politics? And through the 12 stories, while I was reading at them, the character of Lucia, that's Prosecutor Venegas from Case 302, she started just coming, like just appearing. And I just started taking Post-its and writing like, okay, she can be a prosecutor. What's going to happen? Which I know that these subjects, like the detective subject or the prosecutor trying to solve a case, it's something that's common and that we see all the time. But I think it's like the question is, what makes you write a different story, or what makes it different nowadays? And for me, it's like, it's sad in a way to say that these stories keep happening. For me, as a Colombian woman, while I was reading this book, it was like, it definitely came to me like, I really want to write a story that talks about my country and of these disappearances of women that sometimes it takes years to find them. And also that kind of, for me as an actress, it was also important for me to create this character as Lucia, because there are always these type of heroes in life where we also know we never know if they end up solving the cases or like what really happens to them. And in this case, I really wanted to also emphasize in like, the psychology of human beings, that yeah, it's important for us to solve cases, but then we realize that there are also things in our past or from our past that maybe could help us solve these cases, or that maybe we need to solve our own case. It also has to do with her past and with her life, and for me as well, because when I was at the end of the writing of writing the script, I found out that I wanted to leave it open, and like, because many people or friends have asked me like, yeah, but what happens at the end? It's a short film, like, and I'm like, no, I want it to be a series.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I want for it to continue, because in just one short film, I don't think the whole story can be told. And I always like thrillers, and I always like when
Mm-hmm.
people get involved into the story, and like it's like a puzzle that you still want to finish, and you want to finish it with the leading character. So yeah, it's exciting. It's many things,
Wow.
but yeah,
Wow, I can't wait.
yeah,
I can't wait. So, I mean, it sounds like
yes,
the material is going to have a lot of depth. Obviously, a lot of
yes,
character development, and I mean, lots of good things there to tap into. So good luck, and
yeah.
obviously very relevant material too of things that are happening in Colombia. So yeah, so
Yeah.
I can't wait to see those stories unfold. So I think you've probably already answered this question. Again, $1,500 to go to anything. I'm assuming it's going to go to your art, but what are your plans for that
Yes.
$1,500?
Yes. Well, what I have in mind, well, I'm starting to build a team actually. I want to make first like a really good teaser as well, because I want, because, this kind of project, or how I have it in my mind, it's kind of like a big project. But I want to start with a teaser. I want to start, bringing up all my colleagues and start creating the group so we can make a really good project. I'm starting to write the other two chapters, the other two episodes. So it's also interesting. But yeah, it's like this money is for Case 302. It's the beginning, and I'm really happy and excited that I made the decision to apply and that I won. And yeah, it's all for this project. Yeah.
Awesome. I love it. Well, be sure and stay active on like our Discord channel and everything, and keep us updated as
Yeah,
things
of
continue
course.
to unfold. That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, Nathalie, thank you so much for being on the Talent Cast. This was great chatting with you, and congratulations on winning the Filmmaker Assistance Grant number 3. We have other awards out there on the platform, so I encourage other filmmakers that are part of DCP or interested in joining DCP. It is free to join. Go to Decentralized.Pictures, create an account, and start participating on the platform. Even if you're not a filmmaker, you can still be a reviewer and participate in the voting process, in the reviewing process, and help select the next Filmmaker Assistance Grant winner like Nathalie here today. So thank you
Yeah.
again, Nathalie. Sounds like you're well on your way, and best of luck on your project.
No, thank you so much, Matt, and hope that many, many more people discover this amazing platform and apply and submit. Thank
Right
you so
on.
much.
I love it. Okay. Take care. See you around.
Bye.